Alright, hi guys. Blake here today. Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. Lake Taneycomo, Branson, Missouri. It is the 16th of June. And I am going to do the one cast for you today. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. There's a thunderstorm on the way. I'm going to shallow it up just a little bit. I'm just up here above the Narrows right now, just kind of right down from what we call the Big Brown House. There are all kinds of fish moving around on this flat, and they're really active. So I'm hoping that means they're actively feeding as well. Today I have on a white thread jig, which essentially looks like this. If I can get it out here. Okay. Just white thread wrapped around a gold hook. This one in my hand has a red head. The one I'm using has a white head. But it's just a little 100th or 80th ounce thread jig. Real simple. But if anyone's ever fished Bennett Springs or Montauk or places like that, it is highly effective there most of the time. I want to get my boat turned the way I want it before I make this my official first cast. You guys will have to forgive me. I was really busy on the dock today and I was in a hurry throwing stuff in the boat to come out here, and I forgot my life jacket. And I didn't realize it until I was all the way up here. Okay, first cast, there it is. All kinds of excitement on the lake today. Captain Philip Stone had a guide trip this morning and they brought back a very, very healthy 25¼ inch brown, weighed in at almost 8 pounds. A really tall back and great colors. Had another one of my boats went out this morning. Their mission was to catch brown trout. They threw stick baits not too far away from the resort, honestly, and they said it was an awesome morning, and the only type of fish they caught were brown trout. They said they caught 5 or 6. Captain Rick Lysick told me that they caught 8 brown trout on his trip this morning, and I think one of them was over 20. So lots of browns being caught today. The only condition that's really stomping me right now is there is absolutely no wind out here right now. And I mean none. It is glass flat. And I know you guys hear me talk about it almost annoyingly, but that chop is very helpful when the water's off to catching fish. I talked to a gentleman on my way up through the Narrows. He was reeling in a fish and said that he is doing very well on a white jerkbait, running it over this shallow flat between here and the Narrows. He offered me one of his jerkbaits to throw. However, you can't throw one of those on a fly rod too well. Okay, well, we can get the, oh, there's a red fox over on the bank. I don't know if you can even see it. He's so far away, and red foxes aren't that big, but he is right over there scratching his head on the bank. There he goes. I was fishing Point Royale one night. Our buddy Ryan Williams lived up there. We were night fishing. We were just kind of waded out, maybe up to our ankles in the water. And a buddy who was wading there with us turned on his light, and he kind of spooked and yelled a little bit. And when he turned his light on, there's a red fox sitting right next to him. I guess probably has been fed before by fishermen. And he was waiting on him to give him some fish. It definitely startled him, and then the red fox spooked away for a second, and sure enough, about 5 minutes later, I turned on my light, and there he was sitting right next to me. I'm talking about petting distance. I had a raccoon do it one night too, right there at Point Royale. And I just so happened to be reeling in a fish when I realized he was sitting right next to me, and as soon as I got it up near the bank, he jumped on top of it while it was still in the water. Luckily, he did not get a jerkbait in him while he was in the process of trying to steal my fish. These fish are doing a fair bit of flying around, but unfortunately, without the chop, this is going to be tough. They were not supposed to turn the water on until 3 o'clock today. I can, however, see the water moving now. So I would say that they have turned the water on about an hour and a half early. And that might be why the fish are flying around. They do like it when that water first comes on. Kind of adds some oxygen to the lake. And they will oftentimes get to jumping around because of it. Ooh, that was a big fish. There we go. We got a taker. That water coming on actually might help my cause here. Might just be the little break I needed without the wind blowing. This little guy has got some fight in him. He's really not that big. Everyone is hightailing it away from the dam area. I wonder if it's not pouring up there and just don't see it down here yet. I think there might be a possibility. Those clouds look a little thicker up that way. I didn't. He didn't stop long enough for his interview.
my service here.
Yeah, you got your cameo today. It's running.
Hey.
That's Captain B right here in front of us. Are you guys hightailing it away from something that's coming my way right now?
Yep.
Okay, that's good to know.
I don't know if you heard that thunder, but
I did hear the thunder. I just hadn't seen any evidence yet.
let me get the camera because I can get that big old thunder. Right behind you.
See you, buddy. Well, I was right. They are hightailing it away from that end of the lake because there's a big cloud coming. But I'm not going to let it scare me. We're going to catch some more fish first, if they'll bite. And I probably need to set my rig a little bit deeper. I was a little bit farther over on the bar that way, but now that the water's on it, scooting us back down towards the narrows. So we'll set that. It's pretty close to right, but I'll set it just a touch deeper. With the water coming on, it will cause that to pick up a little bit and not float straight under. This mini jig is more like a 80th ounce, so it should hold up for a little bit until the flow gets too fast, but oh, there was one. Missed him. He was quick. Very quick. It's important to make sure you don't have slack in your line. I preach it all the time, and I was guilty right there. You can even raise your rod tip up higher. You don't want to raise it so high that you don't have a good hook set, but you can raise that rod tip up higher and keep some of the line off the water. That can help reduce your slack. Yeah, everybody's getting out of here. Oh, come on. That. I can't even call that a bite. I think he tickled it. Maybe just licked it a little bit. I'm gonna start pushing my boat that way. I think I'm gonna have to make a quick getaway soon. It's not looking good. got the lake down pretty low today. You can see a fair section of those two parts of the gravel bar in the Narrows right now. Well, we might be calling this a one fish type of day. Things are getting shallow on me again. Starting to push my limits here. I know that the night crawler bite has still been very successful. I believe that's what Captain Rick Lysick was doing this morning when they caught all those browns. There are a ton of fish over here in the Narrows. But if I want to fish that section, we're going to have to go even a lot shallower. Probably about a foot. We'll try it. Okay, 1 foot deep. Let's get the moss off of there. It's amazing how moss can stain something. All right, let's see if that works. The problem with those fish that you can see out there on that gravel bar is as soon as your stuff lands, it's so close to them, it usually just spooks them. Well, Yep, it's making it over the top of me now. I don't have any rain gear. So, I believe, had we had enough time, a little better conditions. I know that Brett Rader's been using his version of the white thread jig a lot lately. Doing really good with it. So, it's a good bait too. Don't count it out. I'm gonna make a hightail for the resort here. And we thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook. We'll be back out again tomorrow. I promise, if I'm doing it, I'll remember my life jacket.